Swamiji, I heard your presentations at the current youth convention held in Richmond Hill. This convention, of course, will be coming to an end tomorrow. And I was very impressed with the manner in which you presented your astrological findings as far as the names are concerned. And you created a lot of enthusiasm and anxiety among our young boys and girls present there when you were suggesting to them that the vowel beginning their name has a very important part to play in their personality. Probably in our closing comments you can make a contribution to our general audience in this.
Well, before I leave, I would like to at least let our audience be somewhat of an astrologer. And you don't need knowledge of astrology to be able to do this. First of all, let's remember that all words have sounds that has the vowels in it. For example, a name like Maria would have A as the first vowel, or a name like Indira would have the name I as the first vowel, or a name like Prakash would have A in it. And this is a first vowel that determines the first sound of the name, or the first syllable. Now, if your name begins with a first vowel A, it means you're a very independent person. If your name begins with the vowel E, it means you're a person who likes expensive things, you like jewelry, you like to shop, and you like to bargain, you know. And if your name happens to begin with I, like Indira or Richard or Ricky or any one of those names, you'll find that these people have very high tempers. They are very thinking, analytical, and they're thinking all the time. They're very deep in their thinking and very suspicious of others sometimes. You'll find people with the letter O as the first vowel in their names. For example, Mohan or Robert, things like that. You'll find that these people are very reserved. They're very conservative. They keep a lot of their feelings inside. They are always right, of course. They very rarely admit they're wrong. And they're people who very quietly let people know how they feel about them, or sometimes are very critical of others. The last vowel, which is U, is a U that is a vowel that is used a lot in terms of power. For example, the United States, USSR, Durga, Rudolph, Chunilal. These names are representations of power. These people like to be in charge. They always, of course, have a strong ego, and they usually suffer a little bit back pain or feet pain, and they don't like to be told that they are wrong also. So, my dear friends, I've given you a use of the vowel that you'll be able to use for your self in terms of determining the other person's personality. As you can see, as I speak, you can think about your friends.
Swamiji, just before we conclude, is there any particular position that someone must be in when sleeping at night?
Very good question, Swamiji. I'll tell you something. Anyone who is sleeping north-south right now are very disturbed. They have a lot of problems in their life, or they're not sleeping well. Usually they have high blood pressure too, if you're an older person. I have been able to change people's blood pressure, to lower it sometimes, just by changing their sleeping arrangement. This sleeping arrangement is very important. For example, your head must be east or west to generate energy. And there's a very scientific rule that applies to this. And that is, in terms of the generator that generates current, the north-south poles of the magnet, that tells you that the armature must always be in an east-west crossing the magnetic field. If you sleep east-west, most of your problems will disappear.
Well, this has been a treat to Dharmiki Awaz, and to all of you looking at this program. We're very thrilled to have Swamiji with us. I'm sure before he leaves for Florida again, he will come again to speak to us on television. But for now, we want to thank you very much, Swamiji, for this wonderful effort you're making to educate our people in astrology. You seem to be a force that our boys and girls like very much, and you motivated them. Yesterday, in the conclusion of the workshop, many of the kids were praising you in glowing terms, and I compliment you for that. Thank you very much, and may God bless.
Swamiji, I know many of our listeners here would probably like to speak to you personally, would like to have an interview with you, or might have some questions for you. Is there any number where you can be reached during this short period of time you'll be staying in New York?
Well, I owe a lot of my trip here to my dear friend, Sri Prakash Gossai, who was really thrilled by this kind of knowledge, and who's asked me to spread this knowledge. Thanks to his request, I'm spreading this knowledge to all the people down here, all the priests and all the students of astrology. And I can be reached at his house at 738-5823. And if there's a recording, so you can leave a message. Or I can be reached in Florida at 305-386-0308. You may call anytime there and leave a message if you would like to talk to me. I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank Sri Prakash Gossai for bringing me here to New York to share this knowledge. My objective is to help others and to help people have knowledge of themselves and be happier, make a happier world. And that is the purpose of all the Shastras, is to make people happy.
Thank you very much, and namaskar.
Namaskar.
तेरी बांसुरी बजती रहे दिन रैन, जिसको सुन के गोपियां पाए दिल का चैन। कान्हा तेरी बांसुरी बजती रहे दिन रैन, जिसको सुन के गोपियां पाए दिल का चैन। कान्हा तेरी बांसुरी बजती रहे दिन रैन, जिसको सुन